So if we're just taking a look at VECHAIN then, on the daily time frame, a little quick update for you on the crypto. You can see recently we've had that really nice move off the low of that range, as I've talked about ad nauseum now, so I'm not going to bore you too much with those details, but you can see quite clearly we put in a range over the past few years that we have been chopping around in. And ever since we came down, we couldn't force ourselves lower than around that 1.5 cent level. We ran all the way up to a swing high here of around almost 4 cents. So a decent little pickup off the lows. Obviously we did start to run out of steam at that level, and then with all the kind of retracement that we saw in the market surrounding that Bitcoin ETF rejection FUD, and then actually getting the Bitcoin ETF approved, we got a little rally off of that back test that we saw of that 0.23 that we did see in that area. But then obviously having a little bit of a retrace again today and yesterday, with obviously Bitcoin having a retrace, which I did think was likely with the ETF approval. We were looking very toppy in my opinion for Bitcoin, so we did come down and sitting at around 42k right now, which is very, very likely to happen in my opinion. I think most people would probably say that Bitcoin's basically been up only for a while, and I think a retracement is probably something that was on the cards, if not very likely, in my opinion. And we've seen basically the results of that in the market. Basically everything's correlated to crypto and bear markets, isn't it? We've not seen a true decoupling yet for alt season, in my opinion. We're not even into the bull market yet, really. We've seen the start, in my opinion, of the bull market, but we're just seeing the signs of life for cryptos now, aren't we? Obviously, we haven't even had the halving yet for Bitcoin, which is usually the main trigger, that supply shock for that Bitcoin run, which sends altcoins absolutely crazy as well. Right now, VECHAIN just following the market, doing completely fine though. Came down, held this 0.23 Fibonacci at 2.7 cents really nicely, and you can see we've got a bounce up here back to that previous level of support as resistance. And right now probably just going to chop sideways for a while, maybe get a further retracement if Bitcoin does come down further. But overall, VECHAIN, a very, very solid crypto. I think it's going to do very well going forward. And in my opinion, I mean, this chart is just looking like it's ready for some more upside, isn't it? You can see this previous area here where we just came down into, we've got this bear market chopping sideways, just like we saw here. And then we just started to see, that break, that retest, and then the bull market. And we're just approaching that area of that break and retest and bull market, in my opinion, for VECHAIN. So very, very exciting times indeed. It's doing what it needs to do. I think going forward, it's going to do completely fine. Today it's actually holding pretty well compared to a lot of altcoins as well. Some of them have had pretty decent retracements. Overall, as I said, it's doing what it needs to do. For today, this chart is looking very nice on the macro, and I can't wait to see what happens over the next few years. I think this is going to do very well indeed. So